Hello, my fellow board gamers. Today I am bringing you an overview of Furnace. This is brought to you by the designer just here and by these guys at the bottom. Now, this one's a 2 to 4 player game. It's that light/medium complexity, and it should play anywhere in the region of about 45 minutes plus there. And it's an engine building game. Now, in this one, we take on the role of 19th century capitalists, and we are building industrial corporations, trying to make as much money from these companies as we can by either extracting resources and processing them in various combinations. So taking a look at the board, then in front of us you'll all have a capitalist. There's several randomly dealt out, and you get one here, and they give you special abilities. So the yellow player here, whenever you get compensated, which I'll go through in a minute, it's kind of this top part of the actions on the board there, your disc, which are these, will be considered as one higher. So you have to really try and remind yourself that's the case. And you'll start off with one of these companies as well. You can see you start the game one time only with a upgrade token. In this case, these guys got a coal and an iron, and throughout the game you get to use these, and from top to bottom, so they're going to gain a cog, they can then turn a coal and an iron one time only into 4 money, and you kind of turn that card to say you've used it, and then from round to round, there's 4 rounds before the game finishes, you can utilize this card. And finally, you can turn a cog and a coal, and as many times as you can apply the resource to upgrade other cards. And you can see, let's just say this card here, you can see the bottom is whited out, which is the benefit you'll get if you upgrade it. So when it comes to compensation, which I'll go through in a minute, that's what's going to happen, this processing action with an arrow. And when you actually come to the production phase, which will make sense in a minute, you can do this top one here. But if you do manage to upgrade it by using this ability here, on the other side, you can see you're going to be gaining what they call extracting these resources iron. So how is a kind of round going to play out? So it's split into the auction phase and the production phase. And look at the board, you've got coal here, iron, oil, you've got upgrade, cogs, and you've got money on both sides. Now this mat is very nice, but it doesn't come in the original box. You have to buy it separately. You've got your stash of cards here, and you've got the round marker, so all the way from 1 to 4. And literally after those rounds, the person with the most money is the winner. Your raw materials don't count for anything. So looking at these cards then, in the auction phase, each player is going to decide which of their tokens, so let's just assume yellow is first. They got 1 to 4, and they're going to have to place a token on one of these spots. Now interestingly, these cards are going to play out from left to right in terms of looking at the card, taking the compensation and taking it, so be mindful of that. Now looking at their tokens, they're thinking, okay, the 4 in most games is going to win you the card unless certain abilities say otherwise, and they're thinking, okay, I really like this one because I want that the iron, because here iron and coal gets me some money. So let's just say they go all out and put a 4 there, then goes clockwise, the red player's up, and they're looking at the board, and their particular one is maybe about oil. They need oil to turn into money, or maybe there's extraction methods at the top. So this card here, you can see, is going to get the iron if they don't win it, is the case, and that'll make sense in a moment. So let's just say they really want iron and they put a 2 out. Let's just assume we've got a 3-player setup, and the black player has a real desire to get coal. So they're thinking, okay, I'll put a 2 over here in the hope that someone outbids them so they can get compensation. Back over to yellow. Now they're going to need coal to turn into oil, and yellow hasn't got any coal. But if you look at the order of play in terms of compensation, coal is going to come out at the end here, which just happens to be the wrong order of play. They're going to be processing coal before they get the coal, but yellow is placed a 4 with the anticipation of winning it rather than doing the action. So other players are going to have to be mindful of probably not wanting to go there because they haven't really got the coal, other than this player here who has 1, but you're going to need 2 to get that oil. I forgot where we are now. It's over to yellow, isn't it? Now, 2 things to note. Yellow can't go on a spot they've already placed a token, and yellow can't place a number on a spot that already has that number. So they can't place the 2 here or here, and they can't place a yellow there, and that is it. Unless one of your capitalists breaks the rules, which a couple of them do. So yellow's thinking, okay, I'm just going to chuck him anyway. I'm not going to think too hard. It's hard enough playing this game thinking about one player, let alone 3 players. Red goes up and they're thinking, okay, I want to win that one. Black is really wanting to get one of those, which you can't quite see with the shine of the sleeves. Yellow is wanting a piece of that one. Red wants to win this one. Black then decides, I really want to win that one. And over to yellow, who fancies this one at the end. Red's got a 1 left. Now, they can't go on here. Red and a red. Do they want that one? Maybe not, because they ain't got the coal. They can't go there because there's a 1 and there's the red. They could go to this one, but then they haven't got the coal. They've already got a red there. Maybe they just want to get some coal. Finally, the black player thinks, I'm just going to go to the end here and try and win that one. So everyone has placed their tokens out. The auction is over. You then work from left to right. So here, literally, there's only red. They've got a 4. Highest number takes the card. So they get their token back. They put this card in front of them, which will be useful in the production phase, and that is it. Same again with yellow here. They get their token back. They win the card. Now, this card here, you can see the reds are going to win it, and blacks, because they aren't winning it, are going to get compensation. The number on their token is 1, so they're going to be getting 1 iron. And that was black, wasn't it? Now, if that was a 2, well, I'll demonstrate it later on, actually. So, reds win the card. Another one. Over to this one. Yellows are winning the card. And where are we? So, this one then. Black will win the card. Red will get 3 times this action because they got the 3. So, they're going to be able to turn 3 iron into 12 coal. But have red got iron? Yes, they've got 1, luckily, from the start. So, they're going to do that. Now, I'm paying no attention at all to what red's actual actions are. Now, looking at them, would they really want to do this? So they've amassed a load of coal. Coal here gets them oil. Coal here lets them upgrade. So, yeah, not too bad. So, where are we? So, reds have done their action. Yellow going to get compensated, but yellow do not have any iron. So, a bit of a wasted move. And black will win the card. Black's going to win this card here, but red are going to be compensated with the 2 coal, which is great. They wanted the coal. Black gets that card. And finally, black wins the card. Black have won a lot of cards here. And yellow gets to turn again 1 iron, which they don't have, into oil. So don't follow my lead on what was happening then. And black win the card. And you can see we have cleared the decks for the auction phase. At the end, you're going to be replenishing them, and you can see on the board it kind of helps you out with a 3-4 player game and a 4-player game where to replenish. So over to production phase then, and let's go with reds here. Now, everyone will do this simultaneously once you get familiar with it, and you are literally looking at your companies you've acquired. This case, this capitalist, once per production phase, you can spend 2 coal to resolve 1 of these cards again, which is quite nice. So once you've utilised 1 of these cards from the top to the bottom, ignore this stuff at the top. That only came into play during the auction phase and the extraction and processing there. Once you've used the card, it's kind of done for that round, and you kind of just put it at an angle to show that maybe. So what we're going to do then, so here we can see we're going to get an iron. Can we use that iron anywhere else? Currently not. Here we get to process, turning coal into oil. And we could do with that oil to then spend the oil here into money, and money's the aim of the game. Whoever has the most wins. Here we could do coal and oil to turn into money. Now we have got a load of coal, so really if we can get some oil, we're winning. So how are we going to get that oil then? We kind of want to do this card here, don't we? So we're going to turn that to say we've done it, and we're going to turn 4 oil. Yeah, we're going to do this 4 oil, because we can do it twice, into 4 coal into 2 oil. We will then, I think we're going to ignore, we could do it actually, yeah, we're going to do this one. So we're going to take an upgrade token, which is one of these little cogs, and so we work our way from top to bottom. We're then going to turn 1 of these oil into 4 money. We are on our way to victory. Next, we can, we need that cog. Yeah, we have got the cog. We can turn this cog and 1 coal. Now, you can do this as many times as you want. You can see this infinity symbol, but we've only got these resources to do it once, so we can upgrade another card. So we'll spend those, and we've finished that card. We're going to upgrade this one. Now you can see this is our last card to play. Now, if you had upgraded, say, this one, you couldn't then go back and redo the action. So be mindful of what card you upgrade when. But we've upgraded this before we've used it. So extraction, we're going to get a iron, and then we can process up to twice, but we've only got the 1 oil. So we've got a coal and an oil. So we can do it once. We're going to get $6. There we go. That's how the engine building is done. We've used all 3 cards, and that's us done. Everyone else does that. Once you've all done it, you turn your cards back up. You replenish the board here with a new set of cards. Change the round to number 2. And you carry on the exact same process. Now, from round to round, you're probably going to get more cards. You're going to want to try and upgrade them. And as I say, you can see once they're upgraded, it tends to help that those symbols disappear there as well. You're going to be trying to get some nice synergy to turn resource into resource, to get various money, or a host of money. And as I say, after doing 4 rounds, that is it. The most money is the winner. Now, in this one, that auction phase is incredible, folks. The trying to understand, do I want to win the card? Let's just say a few of these are out. Well, it'd be full. You can like, right, I kind of want to put a 2 here because I don't want to win it, but I really want that 2 iron because I then on this next card, because remember it plays left to right, want to turn the iron into oil because I really need oil to make the most of, you know, your actions here, turning oil into money. But then no one else comes along and bids on this. You know, maybe someone chucks a 1 in, and you end up winning the card, and you don't actually get the compensation. So there's a host of things to think about. And, you know, round to round, the order of these cards are completely random. Maybe you get a load of processing actions here, and you get the extraction over here, these resources, and you can't quite make it work. So everyone's in a similar boat of trying to make their engines work as best as they can. Now, if you're after a run through on this one, I'm bringing you guys a video next week. There we are, Furnace. Enjoy.